So it's a great pleasure to have everyone here today with this opportunity to celebrate the end of our first year together, and at the same time to celebrate the accomplishments and the opportunity to be in a community. I have my background today because we know how much is important for us as Latin Americans to be together. And then I said, I need to feel the feeling of having everyone close and being together somehow in a way that we can honor to everyone who has been part of this program since of the beginning, but for any reasons or either could not be with us in every single meeting, but at the same time, they send and invite other people from their communities. And also some people that had the opportunity to start, but for some reason and other opportunities also, they could not engage as much as they would like to. But hopefully we had the time to honor all of them. And also David Wilson and Pro-Social World and Templeton Foundation, who are always together supporting and giving this initiative, giving us the opportunity to have this initiative in Latin America, and had the opportunity to offer us this space in a way that we could meet each other and engage towards something that all of us believe and trust, and build this small little community that has a huge heart. And we know that it's possible to spread out to the whole country and in our continent, and also our country's continent, and also to the world. So I'd like to welcome everyone, and also to pass to you, Robert and David, if you would like to give some words for starting our celebration event.
Yeah, certainly I can say a few words. It's I reflect on this year and just find myself full of gratitude for not only having taken the journey with all of you good people, but for who you are. You know, we're a group of people that stand for and have risen to the challenges of our times. And the amazing thing is that together we're, making impacts in really significant ways. I think we're sowing seeds that are going to blossom over time, I'm sure. And I'm actually really excited to have Soleil here. I mean, it's what you've added to the journey by weaving through this endeavor. Participatory video has been quite significant, and so for us to be here to be treated to the world premiere of our participatory videos is going to be very exciting. So thanks everybody, and thanks Soleil. David, would you like to say a few words? Thanks for joining us.
So sure, so happy to be here. At the very beginning of this project, I was the president at all of the meetings along with Robert. And then when things seemed to be getting onto a good course, and Michelle and Marcelo came on and so on, I felt in safe hands. And so I've been sort of more at an observer level, but still monitoring and watching very closely what's taking place. I'm so proud of it. I talk about the Latin America Project all the time, and I think it really is at the leading edge of what we're trying to do on a worldwide basis. And so I'm very happy to be here and to look at to celebrate with you, and then to build upon this, to basically, we know about things going viral. Typically those are bad things like diseases or bad things on the internet, but good things can go viral too. And I see this as pro-social going viral is what we're doing here after only 1 year, really, when you think of how much has been accomplished in 1 year. And how fast we can grow, I think, knowing how to go about it. So anyhow, very happy to be here and to celebrate along with the rest of you.
Thank you so much, David. We were thinking about like all the stories and opportunities we are having, people's coming along throughout this meeting, but thank you so much for this great support for this part of the world, and at the same time for your presence today with us. Also to all the Pro-Social World, I know Beth is here today, Soleil is also here, and everyone who is coming from all different parts of the world, like Lina is still in Germany, and then I know Ricardo is in Brazil, but we hadn't had the opportunity to be with him yet, but hopefully we're gonna meet. And this gathering and this connection is just being an amazing part of the whole system. I'm so grateful and thankful for all of you, and especially to the ones who had idea and opportunity and giving us the opportunity to be here through science, through the opportunity of the project, the Templeton Foundation as well, in a way that we can have funds to support this type of initiative in our part of the world. But at the same time, we would like to start our check-in process at this time. And we have a question that we would like to share in our Mentimeter if it's possible, just to have a little time to start today. So actually, Anna, can you help me with the sharing, with the link? Just to warm up our hearts and also to share to each other a little bit more about what is the most significant thing we have achieved this year in your point of view. What type of things that you believe that we can also to nourish the space today for to celebrate and have the celebration all together, to know each other. Yes, this is so amazing. Oh, Ricardo's coming. If you feel comfortable to write in your own language, you know that we have that opportunity here in our space. So if you want to write in Portuguese or Spanish, we can also have that in our chat, and I'll read it, and then the translators can actually make the interpretation for languages, the languages that we need. Connecting with amazing change makers in Latin America. Gail, One Earth Conservation, inspiring each group to come up with a project and start taking actions of those projects. Aproximação. Aprender a escuchar atentamente. Ver cómo la jungla se ha organizado y crecido de una forma prosocial y sociocrática. Welcome to everyone who's coming. We just posting the link in the Zoom chat again, and to have our check-in moment. So welcome, sejam bem-vindos, bem-vindos, aqueles que estão chegando agora. A gente colocou ali no nosso chat, we posted in the chat in a way that you can also add what is the most significant thing we have achieved this year in your point of view. Desarrollar un camino de aprendizaje en conjunto a otras organizaciones, aportándonos visiones y perspectivas. Los videos participativos hermosos, enfocar el trabajo, el camino a lo prosocial. Transcending boundaries and acting with love in ways that realize deep healing and change. Creating an ongoing team of teams framework for continuous improvement. Learning well on similar journeys across the continent and hopefully about the positive change. It's just getting started. Gerando campo de confiança e generosidade.
Generating a field of trust and generosity around such diverse initiatives.
Others to be their best self. Amigos, conhecimento, conexão.
Friends, knowledge, connection.
I believe that one of the greatest achievements this year is to have created a learning community in which we can share and socialize ideas and doubts that arise in the process of prosociality. Rodearme de personas inspiradoras que llevan a cabo proyectos que tejen relaciones y territorio. Construir un espacio en nuestra comunidad dedicado a la creación artística y la investigación social. Thank you so much to giving a voice to the voiceless. Thank you so much for all your participation and coming to this meeting with so many good sharings. Sentir esta capacidad de construcción colectiva y esa gran identidad latinoamericana. Gives me goosebumps. I think this is what it's all about.
Yeah. There's some wonderful comments in the chat too, Michelle.
Oh, is there? Oh, I will take a look on that too. La importancia de aplicar las herramientas prosociales en nuestro trabajo, aprender de otros en las sesiones. Thank you. Ana, could you please give me a hand after with the chat also posted in the... Let me check on the chat. Okay, to be around people that bring about projects, that lead projects and relationships to build. Okay, they're translating already on the chat as well. Thank you, Maritza. Thank you also, Carolina, for helping us and supporting with the chat, with the translation, interpretation all the time. Thank you so much. So today is a day to celebrate and have this moment actually to be together, not just here. I would love to be hugging everyone. It's like something that we have this warmth, but at the same time to celebrate this time that we had developed together. And I think those few messages and words that we just had in our Mentimeter is just pieces of glimpses of what we've been through all together. Thank you so much for everyone who's been attending the participatory video journey, who's also together with us today, and also for the ones who's been attending the main learning journey, helping us to co-create and also to assist us in the way that we can actually improve the best way and the best opportunity of learning as a community to enhance all those beautiful contents, being humans, trying to build this humanity and the way that we like to be living all together, supporting each other in our main projects and causes. So thank you so much. To start our celebration today, I would like to offer, I have a good story with Ceci here. Ceci, are you here? Is she? Oh, yes, right there. Ceci Ayumi, she's Brazilian, we can say that with Japanese descendant living in São Paulo. She's just starting she's taking her degree of psychology. And she is really enchanted with the idea of ACT. And at the same time, her husband is our partner at Collabso with many different projects in technology and AR, internet artificial intelligence. So when he told me like, oh, you should meet Ceci, she's really interested in doing something amazing. But she has a talent that is all behind the scenes according to this whole psychology and aspiration of becoming psychologists and being involvement with ACT and all this pro-social community. So probably she will be in our next pro-social learning journey, right, Ceci? But she's a great singer and musician. And then when we had the meeting I think 2 weeks ago, when we had the first opportunity being together in Brazil, I said, and I asked her because she would like to come and meet and get to know this community. And at the same time, if she would like to offer one of her songs and sing with us in a way that we can start our celebration with the music, touched by the heart, sing by our Latin American song and blood, but at the same time, enhancing the best of opportunity to get inspired to everything that we've been doing in our projects and our communities. Are you ready, Ceci? If you would like to add anything, please.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you for receiving me on your space. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll perform a song called Tomorrow. I'm sorry for any mistakes in advance. I'm a little bit nervous, but here we go. Shine with you, and the sun will be blue. you so much.
Oh, thank you, Ceci. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for bringing your love through your words, through your composition in life, in a last minute invitation. Thank you so much for your open heart to be in this space together with us, bringing your art and your voice and your music, which is so beautiful. And hopefully it's going to be all combined with all the psychology course and awareness that you're being receiving through your college and university student, like your major in university at this moment. Thank you so much. So everybody.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I cry. I cry.
Yeah, me too.
Robert, with you.
Yeah, it's thanks, Ceci. I mean, that was just absolutely delightful. And being a musician myself, I feel for the nerves, but it was just wonderful at the receiving end. I mean, you brought tears to my eyes. Who got tears in their eyes? Yeah, it was just beautiful. Well, this is the part we've all been waiting for, I think. We all know that participatory video is featured in this course, and originally it was thanks to Miller. Miller introduced us to Insight Share, which then led to a conversation with Nick Lunch, and then finally Soleil, and Soleil joined us. And as I mentioned before, Soleil, you've woven a thread of magic through this program and inspired not just us, but many beyond this course. And I think what you've introduced to Prosocial World is going to be generalized. We're going to be using this in many other ways, I'm sure. There is nothing like giving voice to the heart and mind and the soul of another human being, particularly as they rise to the challenges of our time. Incredibly inspiring. And so as well as being, enhancing our capacity to actually formally research what we're doing, it's just providing a way for us to connect in a way that you couldn't otherwise. And the thing that amazes me is it's across such diverse boundaries. There's different sectors that we've been working in. We've been striving to look after our environment. We're in the education space as well as social change. There's 3 different languages in play most of the time: English, Spanish, and Portuguese. But also, we've spanned the global south, and we've got folk from Germany. We've got Ricardo and Lena, yeah, Lena from Germany, who are originally from this part of the world. It wouldn't have been possible, So it's this what you've brought to us, Soleil, is actually helping us transcend these boundaries in profound ways. And everyone might be interested to know that last week, Michelle and Marcelo and I met Soleil to prepare for this session. And Soleil came online and she said, "Oh, do you want to see a preview of the video?" And I don't know whether you were hoping we would or we wouldn't, but we restrained ourselves and because we wanted to share the excitement with everybody at the same time. And she kept saying, "It's really good. It's really good." So over to you, Soleil. We're here for this moment. I think the world premiere of our participatory video endeavor.
Thank you so much, Robert, for your kind words. I'm so privileged to be here with everybody. Hola a todos los que hablan en español. I really feel super excited to reach this day. I can't believe it. I was trying to think. So officially we started in the summer, but like the conversations, as you were saying, a couple of months even earlier. So it's been such a wonderful journey through this year and really nice to reach this point of celebration. So what we're going to do with Tanya is to share with you first a summary that our editor put together with bits of the videos that the different groups made. And we think it tells a lovely story of the network you built in this project and the connections of your work. And that's why we were so excited last week. And after we watch that summary together, then we are going to watch some of the videos because we have a bit of time. Thanks to Michelle and Robert that made space in the meeting today. So we're going to watch some of the key videos that they produce in length. And then we're going to close with the stories of change. That again, we made a little summary, and then we're going to share at the end one that couldn't make it because they only could send it yesterday, but they did. So we have quite a few things to watch, but hopefully you will enjoy. We will obviously pause in between videos so I can introduce them. And then as we go along, what we hope is that you can, cheer for each other on the chat. Either you can add comments of how was your experience making the videos, so for each other to learn, or just, something that you feel excited from what you're watching from the other organizations. So Tanya is going to share screen and share the videos as we go along. So first she's going to share this premiere of the summary that we were talking.
Climate change has become a global crisis in which everyone must get involved to seek sustainable solutions. It is for this reason that civil society organizations, climate change actors, and environmental movements organized a climate change caravan characterized by a hike for climate change and a roundtable event to discuss experiences and ways forward.
Good afternoon. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the collaboration that we have here in our 12 villages in the north region of the coast of Santa Catarina State in Brazil. So today we left our village Cabo and came to Ecataruan, and we're working in collaboration, right? Helping them build their prayer house. And this prayer house is very important for the Guarani people because it's in this prayer house that we live our spirituality. It's our first school. It's where we live, we get together, we learn, we pray. We live in Yanderepo, the way we live. So the prayer house is very important to us. And today we're here working and being with each other in the community to build their prayer house. And in 2 weeks' time, we're going to start our own prayer house. And so that's it, just to tell you a little bit of what we've done. Because that's what it is to live in the community. Even if we are different tribes, we're always collaborating with each other.
Perdóname. Pero quédate. Pero usted ya vio. Tumbaron todos los bosques que me protegían. Quemaron los helechales. No hay lugar para mí. cabeza, por favor. ¿Para qué? Mira.
My name is Peterson, and I learned to respect people. I learned not to belittle them or call them names or things like that.
Cómo nosotros interactuamos con los demás en la sociedad se ve reflejado también en la cancha, ya sea como explícitamente o incluso implícitamente, las acciones que tomamos, las decisiones que tomamos, cómo nos movemos, también es un reflejo de cómo nosotros nos movemos fuera de la cancha, tocar con el compañero, darle la pelota a todos los compañeros, tocar sin excepciones, y que los demás también te toquen el balón a ti, depositar la confianza, porque cada pase es un depósito de confianza en el otro, y pues es lo mismo que hacemos afuera.
Yo quería decir que para mí el fútbol es una herramienta de autoconocimiento y de liberación y de desarrollo personal, desarrollo físico, psicológico, social también. Ha ayudado mucho a mi manera de relacionarme conmigo y con los demás.
So this is a preview. We call it a video summary. So we made a YouTube playlist that you will all get, of course. And at the top is this video. So it's a bit like an invitation for those who want to navigate all your work, to have that initial push to say, yes, let's go and hold the hand of this amazing network. So then we will show you all the videos in full length. I think it's important to all of you celebrate the amazing work you've done. And that's why we wanted to make space today for that. Lorenza, sí, van a estar ahí todos para compartir. So now, Tanya, you can play the next video so they can watch in full.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Robert Stiles, and this is my dear friend Paul Atkins, and we're co-venturers in what we hope will be meaningful change.
Thanks, Robert. Pro-Social World's mission is to consciously evolve a world that works for all. And what we want to talk to you about is a really exciting program that we've been doing with the Templeton World Charity Foundation's support in Latin America, to bring together groups of groups with a passion and a mission to see how they can support one another and further each other's missions.
Yep, it's a very exciting program, and it's actually a 6 to 8 month action research program with monthly or bi-weekly cycles that are focused on cultivating a sense of self-determination and a capacity for people to act in a direction that's intrinsically important, even in the presence of challenges. That's contrasted with broad systemic work, asking, what could a preferred and probable future look like, and what are the critical systemic factors that need to be impacted if we're to evolve in a healthy direction. And then we embark on a series of action learning cycles that are dedicated to discrete opportunities that are taken up by the individuals involved. What I'd like to do is cut now to give you some of their stories, to give you an indication of how we're pulling together in this direction.
To just understand that there is complexity and to learn to live with it. It's also related to this inner work
real collaboration, not only between disciplines, but in across academic boundaries. So how to really engage with people, really how to put them in the center of every innovation, and also how to put nature in the center of every research endeavor, right?
Some of the strategic questions we're asking are, how can we do all this work with more joy, resilience, and perhaps new hope? We specifically focus on multi-species intelligence, and we define that as the ability to understand species needs, behavior, motivations, and interconnecting relations with others and their habitat so as to benefit them.
Brazil, it's a large country, and one of the main causes that was connecting our hearts is actually how we could be supporting the regeneration of pieces of land and engaging with indigenous communities. Violence against indigenous people in Brazil is being one of the highest from the history.
E a nossa existência é nossa maior
Our
resistência.
existence is
A
our greatest
comunidade, o termo
resistance.
comunidade
The
são
term
pessoas
community
comuns
is common
vivendo em
people
unidade.
living in
Conviver
unity.
means to live together.
So the idea of Dinga is to develop a common language in school and in the community so that students can know how to deal with conflict and also how to seek help with the adults around them.
Like, it doesn't fit well if you have people who are trying to change the world, but you don't have opportunities for them to collaborate and make these changes happen.
We can all do some little steps in this big goal.
Amazing. So let's do just a quick sum from the top. So if we've got 120, that's 150. Keep going, scroll down. Well, 1,100.
Big numbers, big numbers.
Yeah, big numbers.
And most significant change, I mean, it's the connection with other people that we've never seen in our lives. And so this is very much gratifying as the chief and as a leader of an indigenous community, Guarani.
And we want to keep doing this fabulous work here.
Also how to foster social innovation or institutional innovation.
We acknowledge that football is just a means for social development.
And how to make that in an inclusive way.
Yeah, so this has been an extraordinary experience, and we're only halfway through. But you know, already there's a big invitation to all of us, really. What's actually your story of change that you want to share?
Bravo!
And so who is going to play music for us next time?
That was amazing. That was the teaser from the pro-social team that also worked really hard in making their own videos. So we wanted to put that one together. I wrote in the chat all of those who worked really hard for that. And now Tanya is going to share the video from Barichara called Regresa.
Hija, lárgame agua.
¿Dónde estás?
¿Usted qué está viendo allá? ¿Se enlocó o qué?
What
Le
are
voy
you
a quitar
looking
esa
there?
tablet. Si siguen esas.
I will take out that tablet if you continue just looking at that. 1 year before.
Treinta y 37, 38,
36,
39 y 40.
38,
¿Listos o
39,
no?
40.
Salgo a buscar.
I'm going to look for you.
Punto por Sarabita.
I found you.
¿Por quién?
For whom?
Por Dulcelina.
For Jocelina.
Caracolí, ¿has visto a Sarabita? No la encuentro por ningún lado.
Caracolí, have you seen Sarabita? I haven't seen her around.
Ya. No me tan duro porque me golpeó la cabeza.
Ah, but you hit me hard on my head. Dear River Sarabita.
Regresa, por favor.
Come back, please.
¿Para qué? Mira.
What for? Look around.
Perdóname,
Forgive me.
pero quédate.
but stay with us.
Pero usted ya vio, tumbaron
But you
todos
have
los
seen.
bosques que me protegían.
You
Quemaron
have
los
destroyed
helechales.
all the trees that
No hay
protect
lugar
me.
para mí.
There is no place for
Perdóname.
me. Forgive me.
¿Quién te las dio?
Who gave you those?
El espíritu del agua.
The spirit of water.
¿La ves?
You see?
No.
No, I can't. 15 years later.
¿Regresó?
I'm back. Cameraman, sound, creative team, facilitators, acknowledgement, music, School of Visual Arts for Kids, Barichara, 2022.
Wow.
Wow. So could we take a few minutes to discuss that? I'd love to know how it was put together. And one thing is that's quite a group that came together to do that in terms of, is there someone here to tell us more about how that came together?
Yeah. Ceci o Oscar, no sé si quieren decir algo de un poquito de cómo lo hicieron.
Perfecto. ¿Qué quieren saber? Estoy
What
lista.
would you like to know?
You have to ask the questions and Ceci says she'll answer.
What would I like to know? First of all, it was beautiful, so congratulations. And secondly, though, such a group came together, and often with our projects, we try to bring groups together. But I think the artistic element of this caused that to happen. And so I guess I want to know how the group came together, how so many people came together, and as a way to learn, I guess, about just to do the same in other contexts.
Ceci, ¿ahí te escuchaste de la traducción o querés que te diga?
No, ya, estoy oyendo la traducción de Maritza, muchas gracias. Mira, este proceso empezó con algo que tiene que
This
ver.
process started with something that you have to come to see here in Barichara. It started with a very inspirational story that started with Emilce and Oscar. They both experienced a very powerful change, and that change was that they found a teacher that taught them something that they could believe into and to do besides their school. They studied theater, cinema, and their motivation was to represent actually what they have experienced during their childhood and to bring about that with children in their own sub-districts where they live right now and where they work right now. So they really started fighting for the possibility to have the means as a camera and all the technical resources to work with kids and starting to produce videos. They go from different sub-districts to different sub-districts in Barichara. And in this specific case, we work with children for two sub-districts called San Jose and El Pino. And we put together that work with the kids of these two sub-districts. And they started to do this work, but not as a documentary, but as a fiction, a dramatization, not a documentary work. So we asked them, what would you like to tell about? And they said, we would like to talk about the history of water. How would you like to talk about water? So they started to tell their own stories, and we joined bits and pieces from what the kids started to tell. So we facilitated the process, but there are even some of them that have learned to use cameras. And the idea is to give more and more resources so that they are able to tell their own stories in different sub-districts here in Barichara. So I feel that this result is inspirational, and they see through this work that they have the possibility to do something different from the school, and it's their own resources what they bring about.
Thank you.
And just to clarify also, David, they didn't have loads of time. You know, all the groups, we gave them 2-3 weeks to do this process with their groups and then do a second process. So now we're going to keep watching, but you know, they work hard and also with time constraints. So without time constraints of a training, they can do even more wonders. So yeah. I think Tanya now is going to show us something from Brazil. So we are going to go to Conviver.
The Digger program presents Dig in Movement. It's Municipal School, Professora Balbina Pereira de Souza. My name is Ana Clara, I'm 10 years old. My name is Petroson Mals, I'm 11 years old, and I live in the city of Araucária. My name is Liz Gabriel, I am 10 years old. Bye. gain some distance. Find help. What have you learned with the Giga in Movement program? I learned how to talk more and ignore more people. I learned to respect people, ignore them, keep some distance, and call an adult. My name is Peterson, and I learned to respect and be a friend of people. And I learned not to belittle people or call their names and this sort of thing.
Amazing work from Felipe and Mateo. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. And I just love the technique you also chose to use with the children to represent their journey. Yes, if you want to add.
Yeah, Sally, Felipe and Mateus, I mean, if you'd like to just say a few words, because your work is reaching many, many children, and for such young people, I think you're all below 20 years old, aren't you? I mean, it's just beautiful, beautiful work. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing and how many children you're reaching.
Hi,
Mateus couldn't come today to this meeting. He had an unforeseen event with his family. But the Giga program here in Curitiba and Araucária, it involves more than 50 schools here from the region. So I don't really know the exact number of children that are participating in the project, but there are many children, like thousands of children. And the filming that we did, it was a very interesting experience. It was done in basically one afternoon, a few hours, you know, and the time was very short. And the children really enjoyed the experience. We ended up doing that when they were not having classes, and with a select number of children. Unfortunately, very few could participate, but the ones who could, they felt very special to be participating with us. And they really enjoyed the process.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And your aim is to help these children become kind and look after each other and to impact bullying, isn't it?
Right. The Giga program focuses on improving relationships in children in school, with the community and with the school community and with themselves, and also with their families, by means of activities and training that we offer the teachers, how to keep a good environment in the school, and social emotional education as well. And we have this objective of having more positive relationships and working a lot on conflict resolution and fighting of bullying situations and how to solve these issues. And the main aspect is this one, is to improve the relationships in schools and the social emotional education.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful work, Felipe.
Amazing. Wow, 50 schools. Absolutely amazing.
Now it's wonderful, and they're all very young. Felipe, Mateus, they're like early 20s, I think. Felipe, how old are you? Again? Quantos anos você tem, Fê?
Eu tenho 19 anos.
I'm 19 years old.
Age we all would like to be.
Yes. So I think it's just wonderful. And when you saw the big, because they talk a little bit, not much about the Diga, the dog that you saw in the end, but actually Felipe is one of the main characters who dresses up like that and engage with that type of movement in the cartoon. So it's beautiful. Thank you, Felipe.
Great. Yes. Muito obrigada. And now we are going to head to another continent, because even though this project is a Latin American project, I love that it has a big heart to open the borders. So we are going to watch the video of Adrian that works so hard as well. And thank you, Adrian, for having been part of the whole process with us. I think we also learned a lot from your work in Cameroon. So we're going to share your work now.
This is Terry and community conservation, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Climate change has become a global crisis in which everyone must get involved to seek sustainable solutions. It is in the search of these solutions that came the creation of the Conference of Parties, which has become the main arena where delegates from all over the world meet each year to discuss ways to tackle climate change. However, there is a feeling that the arena as such has been hijacked by powerful elites who propagate false climate change solutions. It is for this reason that civil society organizations, climate change actors, and environmental movements organized a climate change caravan characterized by a hike for climate change and a roundtable event to discuss experiences and ways forward.
Climate change action for COP27. But then I believe that everybody here is an actor for climate change.
Se retrouver dans le cadre d'une randonnée comme celle qui est organisée aujourd'hui ne peut être quelque chose de joyeux et assez intéressant. Pour le cas d'espèce, nous sommes au mont Missa, dans le cadre d'une randonnée, une marche complètement qualifiée, ce qui traduit la volonté des jeunes à vouloir donner leur part de contribution à la protection de l'environnement.
Women, local communities, and youths who today feel the effects of climate change the most have been left out of discussions. Their point of views and concerns are not taken into account. Global crisis needs global solutions, reason why it is vital for the participation of all stakeholders, including women, youths, and local communities in climate change negotiations and decision making.
On ne sait plus quoi faire, ça ne va du tout pas. Tout mon moyen s'est gâté, le pistage, je n'ai rien eu cette année-ci. Tout a changé, donc on ne sait même plus quoi faire. Vraiment, on demande vraiment à l'État de nous aider, de faire quelque chose pour nous. On souffre. Deux fois, il pleut au village, en Brousse, tu arrives en Brousse qui n'a même pas plu. Il a juste gelé.
nos populations vont vivre? Parce que c'est la grande question qu'on se pose aujourd'hui, c'est plus de points d'interrogation. Comment nos communautés vont vivre? Mais je ne sais pas. Ce n'est pas aujourd'hui, parce que nous sommes des villageois. Mais depuis, qu'est-ce qui était prévu? Mais c'est la question, c'est pour cela qu'on est motivé pour venir assister à cette conférence. Qu'est-ce que l'État a prévu? Mais si les enfants vont mourir de famine à cause du changement climatique, qu'est-ce que l'État a prévu? Parce qu'on vit déjà cela, mais ce n'est pas aujourd'hui que ça se parle.
C'est alarmant. Quand on veut vraiment parler du changement climatique ici. Mais il a vraiment fallu que vous descendiez pour voir ça de vos yeux. Quand je vous parle là, ne voyez pas la chemise que j'ai achetée il y a de cela 10 ans aujourd'hui. Mais si j'achetais ça il y a de cela 10 ans, c'est parce qu'il n'y avait pas cette histoire de changement climatique. Mais au jour d'aujourd'hui, je pleure. Et peut-être, ne soyez pas surpris, vous nous retrouvez peut-être dans les cellules, bien dans les commissariats. Parce qu'on a essayé de faire des efforts, prendre les dettes par-ci, par-là, pour continuer avec nos cultures. Mais ce changement climatique nous met dans des sérieux problèmes au jour d'aujourd'hui. Parce que, franchement, il y a eu au moins 2 hectares d'igname que j'ai mis à terre. Aujourd'hui, que je sais vraiment que je ne peux pas m'en sortir pour rembourser cet argent-là. Alors je demande pas seulement à l'État camerounais, mais à tous les Africains de chercher vraiment à se mobiliser d'une même personne pour voir comment gérer ce problème. Parce que
Thank you so much, Adrian. I don't know if you want to say something, Adrian, or on the chat if you can't unmute yourself. But yeah, it was super nice to see. You took us in that journey, in that caravan, so that was really nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder, Adrian, would you like to? I mean, we've spent quite a bit of time together talking. Do you want to say a little bit about the impact that this program has had on your work? Because you said you're folding this into everything you do now.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So first of all, I would like to say a very big thank you to ProSocial and InsightShare for this opportunity. Now, this was one part of our work that we didn't have. We never had this part. But immediately I got into this participatory video, changed everything. Because like I've said a couple of times, we're trying to introduce participatory video in all our projects, in whatever we do. Now, I was supposed to be in the field today, but I said I cannot miss this celebration for anything. So I had to postpone it because I have to go after this. Now, whenever we're in the field, the first thing that comes to mind, what stories can we tell from what we are doing right now? So it has changed a whole lot of things in our organization and what we do. And we are hoping that in the nearest months, the years to come, we can better a lot of things that we do in our organization, and we can portray that to the outside using participatory video. So thank you is not enough for this opportunity, because I say it as it's a dream come true. So thank you very much to everyone, even Terry, for facilitating me getting into this training and everything. And I think this is a great gift. I think there's nothing else that you can give to us right now apart from this training. Is very important, and we'll forever be grateful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Adrian.
Oh, thank you, Adrian.
Yeah,
That's so special. And I'm so glad you could say no to going to the fieldwork and stay here with us. That's so lovely. So now we are going to go to Chile. para bailar la jungla. So Tanya is going to share with you the video of La Jungla now.
Yo cuando conocí a La Jungla fue en el año 2021. Yo me
I
encontraba
get to know
justamente
La Jungla in year
trabajando de
2021
botellero, recolectando botellas
when I
plásticas
was
con un colega en
recycling,
reunión, y de repente
and
vimos de
I
el
saw
torneo de los
suddenly
residuos.
that there was
Así que
a
le escribí,
tournament
y ahí
of
entendí que
people
era un colectivo de
recycling.
fútbol diverso,
And so I understood that
que
this was a
buscaba
collective of a different kind
crear
of
vínculos
football,
en las comunidades entre la gente ahí que
where
también
the
hace
most
al
important
fútbol,
thing was
que
the
sea un
relation with the
fútbol no
community,
violento, que tiene
because
sus
it's a football
reglas,
which is a non-violent
no
football
autoritarias, pero
with the
tratamos de hacer que sea un
non-authoritarian
espacio libre de
forms.
violencia y de respeto y
It's a
crecimiento
game
colectivo.
free of violence where the collective is important.
Lo que me gusta es que
What I
aborda el
like
fútbol no desde una temática de la
is that
competencia
football is seen here not
capitalista
as
o
a
machista, como así
competitive,
decimos, sino
capitalist,
una
machist,
competencia sana
competitive
y de
game.
crecimiento colectivo.
It's something which allows us
Gracias,
to
Junglita
grow
querida.
collectively. Thank you.
Hace mucho sentido ahora
It makes
cuando
lots of
definíamos a la
sense
jungla como un espacio de
that as we
de
define La
aprendizaje,
Jungla
o sea, como
as a space of apprenticeship,
una comunidad de
a
aprendizaje,
community
de
that
autoaprendizaje.
learns together.
Hay gente muy talentosa en
Here there is
toda la
lots
gente
of
muy
talented
talentosa y
people
trae su saber y trae su compartir
that
aquí.
share knowledge
Eso me
and
parece muy
experience.
nutritivo porque me llevo,
And that's very
vengo y aporto algo, pero me llevo mucho más
powerful
también.
because I can give something, but I also take something from this collective.
Como que siempre estuve las ganas de integrarme porque
I always
en
had
cuanto a lo que
the
representa
wish
la
to
jungla,
take part of this
sentía que era como
collective
una forma
in La Jungla
de aprender a jugar de nuevo como
Because-
sin ese sentido de competitividad.
because it was a form
más
to learn to play in a different way.
Como que permea cuando uno juega entre puros cabros. Y lo
Because
encontraba,
it's different as when we
como
play
sirvió pa-
only among
por un lado
men.
pa' eso, para conocer gente pulenta, igual.
It's a
Fue igual
space to
bacán
get
eso,
to
que no
know
solamente
nice
era como
people.
una comunidad futbolera, sino que era como una comunidad
It's not
festiva.
only
Igual lo encontré como
a community
algo
of people
bonito,
that plays
tipo de
football, but is together for much more.
Un espacio súper integrativo, que no solo dentro de la cancha, eso es lo que yo encuentro muy destacable.
This is a community which also
Necesita ayuda.
stimulates integration beyond the field of play,
Eso principalmente, apaño dentro y fuera de la cancha.
because we can have wonderful experiences inside the field and outside the field.
con los demás en la sociedad se ve reflejado también en la cancha.
The way we interact with other people in society is also reflected here on the field of game, because it also talks about the decisions we took, the way we behave, the way we relate to our partners on the field, to treat all the players with fairness, without making differences among people on the field.
Igual puede segregar si se interpreta mal, porque igual es con lo de los equipos, que yo soy del Colo, que yo soy de la U, igual se genera como una segregación y quizás una rivalidad entre parejas.
Normally in the game there is a sense of rivality, and that we don't experience here.
Se me ha segregado, yo entrené cuando muy chica y lo dejé porque me hueveaban.
I started to train when I was a kid, but I left the game because I didn't feel good, because here is exactly the opposite.
Encontré así como un grupo de personas, un lugar donde,
I found a group of people and a place, a place where I wanted to be.
Como que estoy en el lugar.
I feel like I'm in the right place.
Me ven una lección creativa.
Oh, un recuerdito de parte del lobby.
¿Alista?
Para mí el fútbol es
For me, football is
un juego que
a game
para divertirse,
to enjoy
socializar
and socialize
y pasarlo bien.
and have a good time.
Soy muchas cosas.
There are many
Panadero,
things.
teatrero,
I am
contador
many things.
y jugador de fútbol ahora.
I play football, I do theater,
Pero
I
al cambio,
teach.
¿no?
Este último tiempo igual he investigado harto en
And lately also
cómo mezclar
researcher
lo que es la danza, el teatro y con el fútbol.
on dance and theater. It's like an ongoing
poder
challenge
entenderlo desde
to understand
cómo poder meter el teatro, la danza
how
en este
to
juego que es más
integrate
colectivo.
theater and dance in this game that is more collective.
Una forma de canalizar, en volar los sentires, como de soltar.
This is a form to canalize our feelings.
Igual bacán porque estaba llegando a barrio y
It's a nice room, and I found here people, like a net of support. Cornelio told me that in Bellavista there were trainings in the morning, that it was enough that we were 4 of us to train. For me, football is a tool of self-discovery as development, social, physical, psychological, a way to relate to myself.
Just amazing. Lorenza and Diego, someone, do you want to say a few words? One of the things that really inspired me about your work is the way in which it's shaping the lives of women. I know you mentioned, you even produced some statistics in a previous presentation about the impact this is having on women. Do you want to say a bit about that?
Sí, es súper importante, uno de los pilares de la jungla.
It's very important, it's one of the main pillars for the space that women and minorities have in La Jungla, to change this spirit of competitiveness, to have the chance to develop ourselves spiritually and physically through the sport, and to feel as a woman in a safe environment, and also as men. And that's also very important for La Jungla.
Just beautiful.
En español y la divina Maritza me va a traducir para.
I would like to tell this in Spanish. You managed to really capture the spirit of your work in that video. You can see how in the video we can really feel the collective, because all the values are come along and through your video. Thank you very much for all your recognition, Lorenza says.
Because now we are going to watch the video of Mari. So I'll leave Tanya to open the space again.
Collaborative effort, we left our tribe and went to the Taruma indigenous tribe. In the Tekwa Taruma indigenous tribe, the Opi prayer house is being built. Good afternoon. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the collaboration that we have here in the 12 villages from the northern region of Santa Catarina in Brazil. So today we left our village, Cagui, and we came to Tekwa Taruma, and we're working in collaboration, helping them build their house of prayer. So this prayer house is very important to the Guarani people, because it is in the house of prayer that we live our spirituality. It is our first school. It's where we get together, we learn, we pray, we live in Derepo, the way we live. And so the prayer house is very important to us. And today we're here working, you know, and living this and working in community to build their house of prayer for them. And in 2 weeks' time, we start building our own in our Kagwe tribe. But that's it, you know, this was just to tell you a little bit of what we have done. And that's what it means to live in a community, you know, although we are different tribes, we're always collaborating with each other. The place where we pray and become strong so that we may have health and honor our spiritual name. It's where we get together and we pray that no bad energy enters the village, that we are all well. Prayer house is very important in our tribes, so we can pray and listen to Nyandiru, God. I'm Sergio, I'm from Tarumã tribe. I'll tell you a little bit about the meaning of the prayer house. First, this is mostly known as a prayer house. It's a house of prayer where everything we do and want to do in the sense of spirituality, we seek this prayer house to do this type of prayer. Now, there's another meaning for this prayer house, which is fun. And this has another meaning, you know. What's the meaning of fun? Which is to go back inside, to know ourselves from within as a human being, as a person of spiritual and physical self-knowledge. And that meaning brings out the essence of what we seek, of a purpose that we see, this great being. So he always tells us, in terms of spirituality, is you need to know yourself first. To know yourself and then to know in this sense. So this house of prayer brings this information for us to also know ourselves. So to summarize, every prayer house is life, it's health, it's education, it's well-being, it's joy and happiness of children and elders. It is all. Good afternoon. My name in Guarani is Karaine and Garai, and I will talk a little about the Opi House of Prayer. The Opi House of Prayer is very important to us. The Mbia is where we ask and thank the Great Spirit for everything. It's where we dance pray, sing together with the children and everyone in the community. Opi to us is how the non-Indigenous people speak. Is very important. It is in the Opi house of prayer that we all receive the wisdom of the Great Spirit. The Opi house of prayer for us is something like strengthening. In spite of the events of humanity, we teach our children and young people, the future generations. At Opi, the elders teach the children, when we enter the Opi, we can make, be, live.
Amazing, Mari and Wilson. Absolutely amazing. I'm not sure if you want to say something or not. We anyway wanted to say that. Yes, go ahead. You're there. Good. Oh, I can see you both together.
Yes, we're here in the school in Tarumã, and we're happy, very happy to be part of this family in this journey that was the participatory video journey. We are going through an intense process this week here in our village because the elder of our tribe, he was in a hurry for us to build this prayer house, and we did that. And 3 days after we completed the house, he passed away, and he's Wilson's father. And so it's been very intense, but we are very grateful for everything that he is inside and all of his wisdom that works in us to move this legacy on to the future generations that are about to come, to keep moving forward as a people. You know, just to add to what Mari said, this video was very touching and very important to us as a people, as human beings. because the father always says that you have to show our reality of a Guarani people and how we live the day-to-day lives. As you can see on the video, the day-to-day of children, even of the animals, you know, the little monkey that you saw on the video. It's the only image that I enjoyed most in this video, you know, the children and the little monkey that laughs at the camera, because that was not agreed upon before. So despite everything that we have in this moment, that's very, very hard for us as a family and as a son and as grandchildren this morning, because we lost my father who went back home again. We always say that. Even in Maraí, he went to another land, so he went back home. And on my birthday, it was on the same night. So it was a gift to me in the sense of having completed another year of my life and in my journey. And a good gift that my father went home. And so all of that by means of the prayer house, which is Pune, as my older brother Sergio mentioned in the video, everything that we're learning is by means of the prayer house, because it's there that we always learn everything of how to deal with our lives and how to move through life and to walk in this universe in our lives. And we buried him in our village, Carimiporã. That's where we buried my father. So we're trying to be strong at this moment. But this joy is going to happen because will pass, because the most important thing is joy, you know, to have in our hearts. And when I see, I'm just going to mention very briefly to you, you know, when I see the image of my father, his image, I always put this in my thoughts, his smile, you know, his smile, the advice, when he was angry as well, because sometimes he gets angry. So this is a beautiful thing that I'm always going to have in my heart. He always says that we are living in a world which is EUI, which is the land of the evil. In this universe is like that. So we see everything and we feel everything. He always says that. And he always says also a key word for us, which is before we go back home to sleep, he always said, be brave, bravery, strength, and have good dreams. Keep dreaming, keep dreaming. So these key words, he's always going to leave that for us. He left those in my heart. So thank you very much to all of you for appreciating this video. We are very grateful and we're very happy for you as well to be able to know our day-to-day lives. And that's it. That's it. We're going to keep on dreaming of a better world for all of us and for future generations.
Thank you so much, Wilson and Marilene. Please keep dreaming. It's just so important for everybody. And thank you for sharing that with us in such a special moment for you and your family.
I wonder, Soleil,
yes.
Do you think we should take a 5 to 10 minute bio break?
Yes, I was going to say exactly. So we have just the video summary of Stories of Change and one video that arrived yesterday and couldn't make it to that. So only 2 videos left. So we could take a break and then do those 2 videos, and then I can hand over to you for the next step if you want.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. So Michelle, do you want to put on the timer?
Yes, then I will put a timer. Thank you so much for all the videos until now. Breathe. If you want to grab a glass of tea, a cup of tea or coffee, just come along with our next journey. I'm just going to have 10 minutes break. Is that okay? Is it a good time?
Yep.
Okay, so 10 minutes break, then we're going to put the timer, some music, and then we're going to be right back. Thank you so much. See you in a while.
And I, Dunya, sat down to reflect on the most significant change we experienced through this participatory video journey. Here's what we caught.
On a collective level, I think it's really helped me to see the value of identifying critical issues and key players in a system and collective visioning together. It's been a really nice demonstration of the processes that you've been using, Robert, over the years, and been an embodiment of that in a fairly challenging environment, in the sense that there's a very diverse set of needs.
Just extraordinarily moved by the effort of those that we've been working with across Latin America. Just most of these people are now, they've worked in 3 broad areas of interest: environmental conservation, education, and social change. And we're coming to the end of the first cycle activities, and there is a keen interest to continue to collaborate in these areas quite explicitly and support each other to make very important and meaningful changes for themselves and their communities, which is quite extraordinary. And the other thing that has been significant for me, like you, Paul, I think, and I imagine you, Duni, is the function that participatory video has had in this. It has enabled a connection of heart, mind, and intent, that wouldn't have been there otherwise. And I think what's possible with that going forward as a method of enhancing capability as well as research is a wonderful prospect.
I've also been very moved by the network of networks that's forming. In editing the video, I was just noticing what a variety of Latin American voices there is in that group, and the wisdom, just tremendous wisdom from very, very different angles, and that they have an opportunity to meet and to share this experience is phenomenal.
A mudança mais significativa que a gente tem vivido nesses últimos meses, essa oportunidade, que a gente teve de estar fazendo parte da família do vídeo participativo, e que foi muito importante para a gente, como uma forma de nos dar voz a quem não tinha voz, mas que a gente pode contar, a gente pode mostrar a riqueza da nossa cultura, a riqueza da nossa língua, a riqueza dos nossos cantos, nossas danças, e também falar a respeito das violências que sofremos, o que a gente está fazendo. Então, essa foi a mudança mais significativa, esse empoderamento que a gente recebeu de saber que a gente pode sim, que a gente não está sozinho, que a gente é capaz de aprender a utilizar os equipamentos e de forma muito simples a gente conseguir montar os nossos vídeos e contar a nossa história.
Ao longo do workshop e depois da realização das sessões, a gente percebeu que seria importante, antes de tudo, ou ao mesmo tempo, criar
before
uma
anything ever
linguagem
happened,
comum
or maybe at the
com
same
os
time, to come up
participantes,
with a
para
common
que eles
language
entendessem, né, o
with the
propósito
participants so that
dos
they could understand the purpose of the
participativos e
participatory
também o
videos
propósito do
and
nosso projeto.
also the
E
purpose
não
of
apenas
our own
seguir
project
um
and not
planejamento
just
pré-estabelecido.
merely follow a predetermined plan. So the process to create the video, the storyboarding, was very much based on like creation of a script and not as if they were telling their own stories and what they wanted to communicate. But despite all that, the experience was very positive. The kids really enjoyed the process and participating in the process. They felt very special to be there and to be heard. And they asked for more, and that's going to happen next year.
El fútbol para mí es un espacio que desde siempre en su historia ha sido capaz de habitar instancias donde es súper inclusivo, donde la gente lo observa, le dan ganas de jugar. Es un espacio deportivo que es abierto, es divertido, hace cohesión, como que te conectáis, sacáis todo lo de afuera y lo enfocáis en el espacio cancha, la pelota. El espacio jungla es un espacio que yo lo he sentido abierto, que lo he sentido que procura ser lo más seguro y de cuidados posible. Tiene que ver con las metodologías que usan los entrenadores, la gente que comparte, la conversación constante, el generar instancias de charla, de diálogo, de asamblea.
The top, the summary, and then below that, all the stories of change from each organization. So the only one who didn't manage to send it earlier were Oscar and Ceci, that they were traveling. So they just sent it yesterday. So we wanted to share a little bit their bit, that they managed to do the work till the last minute to make it to the event. So maybe, Tanya, you share that video, so then we have a little space for any comments. Yeah.
Garden.
Yo hago parte de esta huerta comunitaria desde sus
I'm part
inicios,
of this
desde que comenzó la
garden from the
pandemia,
beginning.
que
When
convocamos a la
the
comunidad
pandemic started,
rural de
when
la
we
zona de
call
Guani y El
all
Pino,
the
acá en
community in
Barichara,
Guani
a que nos juntáramos
and
en
El
torno a la
Pino
tierra, y
subdistrict,
bueno, ahí estuvimos
and we
dándole a
started to
esta
work
tierra
together,
durante
and we
un buen
started
tiempo,
to
buscando y viendo a
work
ver
on
cómo
this soil,
lográbamos
looking for ways to work, but it was actually a way only to get together. Now we have found the syntropic agriculture, and it has been amazing because in the last 4 months that we have started in last August, and we can already see the strength of the plants and this strength that they gave to us. All the principles of the syntropic agriculture allow us to connect with the soil and to be witness of this miracle because each time that we come to this garden, we also see all the varieties and we also acknowledge the connection with the people in our communities. We have been working for 2 years now, and before it was very hard to work. And this year, as we started with the Synthropic Garden, we have seen that we yield good products. We have lots of rain. Now that all the chemical production has become so expensive, it's very powerful to see how this garden has flourished, because we can eat from here, because we can regenerate the soil. We have learned a lot here on the garden, new things and the way of planting. Before we had to work so hard and we didn't yield anything. And now we acknowledge that we have a production. It's wonderful to see the production of our garden. 4 months ago, I started to come to this garden, and for me, the most important thing has been to be part of this group. This is a support for us, this garden. We come here every week to work on the garden to restore our soil. For me, it's a joy to come on Thursdays, and besides the great knowledge that we can recollect weekly, it's amazing. And I can apply that into my plot of land. I can see plants in a different way. Finally, to understand that nature gives us everything that we need, that the soil gives us everything that we need to feed ourselves. This process has been beautiful to see how to put one seed, not one, thousands of seeds, and to see how that flourish and brings
Ahorita es como venir ver que cada semana hay un cambio increíble, que cada vez hay una planta nueva, cada vez hay un aprendizaje nuevo, y cada vez hay una persona nueva que se nos suma.
Some fruits, also people coming.
Welcomed as I was, even though I'm an outsider, and I'm very impressed with the incredible work and how beautiful this form of agriculture is, and how much it's building the soil. I had no idea you could ever plant things so close together, and so many trees, and I'm very impressed by the depth of the knowledge that is being shared. In the United States, we rarely see such gatherings of people, such teamwork. You know, for me, it's very inspiring. La Minga.
¿Qué ha significado esta huerta para mí? Una oportunidad de crecimiento impresionante.
What is the meaning of this garden? For me, is the amazing opportunity to be along and to follow the development of this community, and how many things have started to weave among farmers and people who came from outside to live here.
Synthropic agroforestry could really make a difference in helping people take control of their food again and take it away from the companies, the corporations in the world.
Y la huerta pues es súper porque ahí mismo tengo todos mis alimentos.
The garden is beautiful because I have my food here.
Ha sido una oportunidad de ver florecer otra vez.
It has been an opportunity to see flourish this soil that have been
de un momento a otro, gracias al esfuerzo
abused, and then suddenly, thanks to the effort, the collective effort, we start to see the soil flourish and to see this garden.
De la tierra y con esta tecnología tan increíble, tan hermosa y tan maravillosa, y agradecida porque esto nos ha permitido conectarnos mucho entre nosotros y que eso sea una disculpa para que la regeneración de la tierra sea la regeneración de nosotros mismos a nivel individual y a nivel colectivo.
That this garden is also the excuse to reconnect and heal the relations with people.
Wonderful, hermoso, Ceci y Oscar. Wonderful. I just love the final quote. The regeneration of the earth, the regeneration of us as individuals, as a collective. So these playlists that I just shared with you there, the idea is that after today, you will do now the planning. I'll hand over to Robert, that you can start using it, to share the power of your collective work. Because in our experience, we witnessed this, seeing you knit those connections, and it's the playlist can a little bit, tiny bit, give people a glimpse into that power of you coming together as a collective. So that's the idea. Rather than you each one sharing only your own video of your own work, sharing the collective of the video summaries and the collective of the playlist shares a little bit that collective power. So I hope you enjoy it and you use it a lot to share with the world your work. Yes, now, Robert, I am aware that we took much longer than planned, so I apologize for that.
It's a very, very worth it. Yeah, thanks, Soleil, and thank you, everybody. I'm feeling called to ask Violetta, are you online? Because I know Violetta and Maria Paula, you endeavoured to take video in schools of children practicing gratitude, but you are dealing with permissions at the moment. So your work hasn't featured. I wonder whether you wanted to take a few moments to speak about it. But also
yes.
Ricardo and Lena, your work as well. But please, Violetta, come on screen and let us know.
Yes, for sure. Con respecto al video,
with respect to the video, we have talked to the school, the participatory video, about the participatory video. But due to the problems that we had and the delays we had, we have been only able to do the video at the end of November. And here the kids finish school exactly on that time. So it has been difficult to organize the possibility to show the video. But we want and we hope to be able to organize that with the school and to share our work with the school as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Violetta. I wonder if it's Ricardo and Lena and even Gail. Would you like to say a few words about your work? Yeah.
Sí, bueno, en nuestro caso, la persona que nos estaba...
In our case, the person who was helping us with the sessions of participatory videos had problems due to compromises of work. So we hope to develop a stronger tie next year with our community and restart our process of doing the participatory video in our project. That's what happened with us. But seeing all what has been shared and all the examples have been shared, we realize the great work that represents all those projects and how valuable is this closeness with the community. And that's a challenge that we have to overcome for us working from Germany with our community, which is far away, but it's something that we'd like to face next year.
Yeah, thanks, Ricardo. I mean, do you want to say a sentence about your project so that others who haven't heard about it have got context?
Bueno, en nuestro proyecto es un trabajo comunitario.
Our project is exactly with the community of farmers in Colombia who are working in the reforestation and conservation of the forest in Colombia. So we are promoting the sustainable use of forests, of palms, and connecting the use of plants and the sustainable use in the local communities of those resources, and promoting sustainable ways of work. And that's what we are focusing on with our work. We are working with the research center in Tame in Arauca. Our work is orientated to create an exchange with the community and to develop dialogues about what is valuable about the plants, the native plants, and to find exactly a crossing point amongst scientific knowledge and traditional knowledge. Conservation is one of our main issues, sustainability as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Ricardo. And I wonder, and good luck with that. It's also Gail. I wonder if you would like to come online and say a little bit about your work, because you've featured in other videos, but not this one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was not part of the participatory video project. I'm hearing the translation. I don't know why that is. But anyway, the people who were involved was our project in Nicaragua. One Earth Conservation does parrot conservation work in Latin America, for those who don't know. And so I don't know what happened. I know they had shot some video. Maybe maybe Soleil knows more about what happened with them. But it's funny because Laura Kim Joyner, the co-director with me, is literally in Nicaragua now. She just traveled overnight to that particular project. So maybe I'll send her an email and see if she can get some more information. Soleil wrote they couldn't complete, but they were working hard. So maybe they will complete it eventually. I remember seeing the rough videos of them showing the children planting trees, and I thought it was so wonderful. So I'm a little disappointed not to see, but I'll encourage them to keep working on it. And so I don't know for next year, our project that we're focusing on through Pro-Social, meaning One Earth Conservation, is a different project, and it's not only based in Latin America, it's on stopping the trade in parrots. One of the main drivers of parrots becoming extinct in the wild is the illegal trafficking of them as pets. And so we are joining up with a number of other parrot-oriented organizations. So far, they're mostly in the Western hemisphere, so it's the United States, Mexico, and Latin America, south of the equator, to see how we can influence the world to stop keeping parrots as pets. So it will reduce the demand, and perhaps they can come back in the wild. So I don't know if there's a way to do a video about that next year. It's not an on the ground video so much as a bigger picture kind of thing. But we'll see. We'll see what comes up.
Yeah, thanks, Gail. I just wanted to have your voice in it because you're doing your important work. It's beautiful. So we're heading toward checking out. So let's do a Mentimeter. And I'd like to invite everybody to just put a comment in there. What would you like to achieve as we go through this cycle of activities again next year, starting mid-February? So there's a link in the chat. What are your aspirations for next year? We've talked about working together as kind of groups focused on our 3 areas of interest, which are environmental conservation, education, and social change. But also research is important. There's also thoughts about inviting some of you to join the Michelle and Marcelo and I to help with the facilitation. So it's also inviting others. Some of you want to invite other organizations to join you on this journey. So please pop in your chat, what would you like to achieve next year? And we will pick up this conversation when we come together in February.
Michelle, are you going to share the Mentimeter?
Yes, I will. I just had my question is a little different, but it's the same meaning. Is it okay?
Same meaning, that's fine.
We can. What inspirational! I posted what inspiration, but is that what everything that we would like to achieve? What is inspiration we're taking from this meeting for our 2023 together? What type of achievements I would like to also propose myself into this journey in 2023? Like Robert said, if we would like to be a facilitator together with us, which is an amazing opportunity. This, I can say that this was one of my biggest story of change, I think I can say, mentioning to that. So I can read a couple of them. So I love those videos and would like to see if maybe I could work on one from the bigger angle I just described. It would that be possible? I think Sole can answer, but I think totally. I think she can have, but I think totally. I think videos are for everything from any different perspective. Sole, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I would say, to me, the power of the collective and the pro-social values to me have been really visible during the sessions. So I wanted to also say that as a facilitator and an outsider to the pro-social family, it's been a privilege to witness from the sessions, each organization sharing their journey and how they transpire their ways of working and their pro-social aims. And I do think the videos do a little bit of justice. You always want a bit more, but I do think they do. And it's a little glimpse into understanding those dynamics, but also into the collective power. So to me, the power of the collective is really clear. And that's why we created two separate playlists that we will also circulate by email. So one is this public facing playlist with the videos that you work really hard to create, 2 videos. But then also a playlist for you as a network or as a family of all your hard work of those 14 sessions. And there are 44 videos. So it's amazing that you work on sharing little things about each other and about your work and about what it meant, different things of your work and the pro-social journey. So yeah, I wanted to say that hopefully video did a little bit of justice, but to me, it was just such a privilege to witness that from your journey.
Thank you so much for being here, also bringing your Latin American blood, even though you're in Europe at this time. I know our heart kind of plays together. Either way, we're in the different parts of the world.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. The power of the collective, ser y fazer colaborativo. Me gustaría seguir aprendiendo de ProSocial, seguir enfocando el objetivo de la organización Jungla en cambio social y estar en contacto con organizaciones tan geniales como las que vimos hoy. The power of art. Seguir fortaleciendo los procesos ya iniciados en el territorio y continuar tejiendo
relations with organizations that develop relations and relations with the territories.
Fortalecer as comunidades indígenas do litoral norte.
To strengthen the indigenous communities of the north coast in Brazil, strengthening the sister villages Caguaimin and Paratarumã, so that our youth can keep on dreaming and accomplishing things toward a better future for the children that are coming and for future generations.
A powerful story about what is required if we are to work together to tackle the challenges of our time. I would love to support the groups who share the same interests: environmental conservation, education, and social change. I would like to formalize the research more. Sonhar, acreditar y realizar.
To believe, to dream, and to accomplish.
So we have a couple of those here, and then let me see if I can have, if there is something in the chat. Playlist, so to read it. Okay. So I think this is part of the messages we would like to enhance for 2023 together. My deep appreciation to everyone, and thank you so much for the opportunity, Robert, Marcelo, David, Paul, together with Sole. And also I would like to deeply thank for the ladies. I know they usually don't open their cameras, but I think it's so important. So Maritza, Ana, and Carol, if you could please open your camera so we can give a big applause. And thank you so much for the technical support. And at the same time, building up these beautiful bridges among all those 3 different languages, giving us the opportunity to be even closer and not having the language as a barrier, not having the technology or tech host like Ana had the support with everyone so we could learn how to use it that easily. And now we are kind of riding a bicycle with the technology. So thank you, Ana. Thank you, Maritza. Thank you so much, Carolina, for all this beautiful way of connecting all of us through the words, through technology, and making sure that we could be together and developing this beautiful community the way it's being done. Thank you so much, Ceci, also for the beautiful music, the beginning of the session. Hopefully had a wonderful experience together with us in just the first step to come along. And after to have our pro-social learning journey so you can be together in a different stage and of awareness of helping and assisting in our Brazilian community to learn even more about pro-social and impacting with more projects in our country. I have to say thank you to many, many people, but I know Mari and Wilson for being here because they are the ones part of our project as a Collab Soul in our community in Brazil. They've been teaching us so much that is way more than we can express in words. Então, muito obrigada, Mari. Muito obrigada, Wilson. Muito obrigada.
So thank you very much, Mari. Thank you very much, Wilson. Thank you so much, Kagwe Meeting community and the entire community that is there from Univille that's also here. I don't know if Sisley is also here, but Maria Mariani and all the professors who are supporting us so that a great dream of connecting ancestral knowledge and wisdom and the current knowledge in the universities can be put to service as the dream that Mari has in this process of OP House so that it can also spread throughout our planet.
That we can actually support all those beautiful people and all those beautiful hearts. I asked Robert, I'm not really sure if he's gonna help me out with that because he didn't really answer me in the chat. But you all know that Robert has played and started his career as a musician. Is your guitar there, Robert?
I'm afraid it's not, Michelle. And I would have loved to have played a bit of music.
Oh,
today,
no.
I've got a household full of daughters who have occupied my office and lounge room. And so I've been shifted to another room.
So would you like, Ceci, do you have another song? Would you like to play? Oh, do you want to take the another room guitar, Robert, and come along? Or?
Yeah, no, it'd be too difficult. Sorry, folks.
No.
Next year. I'll perform next year, I promise.
So everybody needs to come.
We need somebody to lead us into a collective song.
Ceci, do you know how to lead
Ceci.
as a collective song? I think your mic is closed.
How to do something more collectively in this sense. So yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to guide us to celebrate this final?
No, I don't know how to do it. I'm just saying like it would be nice if we had a way to do that more collectively. That's all.
Okay, but let's do something before. Would you like to sing the second song that you share with me?
Thank you again for receiving me, everybody. Really.
Okay.
It was wonderful. Yeah, all the videos.
Okay, so let's try to do something just to cheer up at the end and then make sure that everybody's okay. Open all your cameras and maybe we can make and give an offer to everyone, an expression of our body. Or David, would you like to give a final message first before we have this collective gesture movement?
No, I want the collective gesture right now.
Okay, thank you.
I can propose one, Michelle, but I don't know if...
Go ahead, go ahead.
One thing we do in the face-to-face workshops is we all have to look at each other and we have to do this to our hands to rub our own power in our hands. Get them ready, and then we have to count to 3, but we have to clap when we do the clap. We have to do it at the same time, so that means we have to be looking at each other and paying attention. So I'm going to ask Carol and Maritza to see if they can count with me at the same time. Yeah, so we are going to have to say 1. When I say 3, remember that's the clap, huh? 2 and 3. Yes, so now it means all our collective power went together somewhere, and hopefully it's going to be helping us or holding us together for the next year as well.
Thank you, Sole, so much. So big hearts and big warm hugs and clappings to everyone. Thank you so much for this power and this connection for next year and this year. Hope you have great Christmas for the countries and people who celebrate Christmas, and also a wonderful Happy New Year for 2023, which we can and be able to connect and right in the beginning to start and restart our projects again and re-seeing. It's a good to say that this is not a goodbye, it's just to see you later in a couple of weeks and months, but we're gonna be together. But hopefully you can start and keep on doing your beautiful work, engaging your hearts throughout those beautiful projects that everybody's doing, and at the same time being connected with this beautiful community. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Michelle,
thank you so much.
As we're leaving, I'm going to share a piece of music that was on a video that you made with earlier. So
wonderful.
It is very, very inspiring.
Thank you, Robert. Beautiful song.